Okay, hello you beautiful people. Welcome back. Let's do an update on TELCOIN's price chart and see what is going on in here. And before we get into what is happening in a very short term, I want to make it clear that I am right now still quite optimistic and bullish in TELCOIN. I would say in the midterm. Why? Because I'm thinking probably this is actually a bit of a bullish setup, and from the highs to about the lows. So far, by the way, this is on H1 time frame. This move down has taken us about 1,150 candlesticks. On the other hand, this move up only and only happened in about 550 candlesticks roughly, meaning what? Yep, despite having way more than enough time, in this phase, bears are sort of kind of failing to pull the price all the way back down to these levels and even take them and go like much lower, meaning what? Odds are bulls actually in here do have quite a bit of power, and the moments that they take charge, they are going to send the price higher and higher. And in terms of Elliott, basically this translates to having 5 wave on the upside followed by a correction down, which is essentially a bit of a bullish setup, suggesting after our correction is over, we are going to have a good move up in order to hopefully take the highest side in here for the first target around, let's say, 0.37 of a cent. But I'm really hoping that we are going to go quite a bit higher than that, and maybe from the current point have I don't know, maybe something like a 100 to maximum, if we are lucky, 200% move on the upside in the short term. So as you can see, my primary scenario is still this bullish one, suggesting either, if we are extremely lucky, this is on a higher degree, a 1, 2, and then what's next? Great move up into wave 3, 4, 5. Or even if you want to be pessimistic, we are having 5 up into an A, correction for B, and then again we are going to have minimum another move on the upside into our select in order to take this high. Having said all this, what's happening in like very short term? Because if you remember the last time that we talked about TEL, I think specifically we were around this area, and the idea was that, well, okay, it seems like off of the lows we are having 5 up followed by a correction down. So you know what, maybe in the short term we are going to get yet another move on the upside. But we argued at that point that whole situation may just end up being a corrective movement. And you know what, based on the current price action, based on this move on the downside specifically, I would like to fully stand by that. And we actually talked about the possibility of having maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to complete the subwaves for, you know what, a zigzag structure, something like this, which to the T, as you can see, played out. And then we got a good move on the downside. Question is, so is this thing actually our final low? Not first things first, the current move up that you are seeing in TELCOIN is actually because of the fact that right now we are seeing a good move up in BTC. Now, the current move up that you are seeing in BTC, that one is actually because of the ISM numbers coming a bit weaker, believe it or not, than expected. And that's actually because right now we are in a situation where unfortunately bad news is good news, because investors are thinking, well, okay, if the ISM numbers are going to come weak, at that point, the Federal Reserve is not going to at least hike, or maybe, if we are lucky, they are going to cut rates, and that will have a positive effect on stocks and crypto and basically anything and everything. So let's just have a bit of a move on the upside. Now, in my ICP video in the main channel, I actually explained this phenomenon, and I explained at what stage of the market are we actually in, where the bad news is going to act as a bit of a good news for us. So if you want to know more about that, feel free to watch today's update on the main channel. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. Just understand this: the current move up that we are having may very well be just a temporary pullback up, and after it's over, well, like it or not, we may end up seeing a better move on the downside. Is this thing guaranteed to happen? No, not really. But right now, I'm gonna say, just because of some news, we shouldn't really be overwhelmingly optimistic and call this thing our final low with a lot of confidence. Sure, this can be a good sign, but is it a great sign? I'm gonna say most likely not yet. We have to be a bit patient and see what is going to happen to BTC and also gold. In my view, in Bitcoin, after maybe having even like another wave to the upside, we are going to get a bit of a move down, and that actually will be the real test on what might be the next likely move overall. Now, in TELCOIN specifically, let's just go on H4 timeframe. You see, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning supports and resistances, we talked about in the short term having apparently this bit of support area, and right now, what are we doing? Okay, you see, if you want to say this support is broken, you need to go under it. There we go. Then you need to see a rather slow and choppy pullback. I would argue so far so good. And then what? You need to see a continuation of the move down. And the moment that in that phase, we end up taking this very important slow, about let's say 0.222 of a cent. At that point, maybe this is confirmed as a broken support and it's going to act as a bit of a resistance area. So the point that I'm trying to make is this: right now in TL, because we are at the moment under this important level, we should just be a little bit patient and careful. And maybe we are just going to get a bit of a rejection and go down and get to about, if we are not lucky, at least I would say the middle band of this very key area of support from weekly and daily time frame at the same time, which is about 0.2 of a cent. If we are seriously not lucky, okay, we're gonna get to about all the way down here, the lower band of this thing, about 0.19 of a cent, which is really not ideal. And honestly, right now, that's not really my primary scenario. At the moment in TL, even if I want to be bearish, I just want to see possibly another small move to the downside in order to take this low about 0.22, and then at that point, fair enough, I'm gonna say, you know what, maybe we have done enough, and I'm just going to wait for a very strong bounce back in form of a 1 2 3 4 5. And this is really a key point. Pay attention, please. You see, question is, what needs to happen for us to believe maybe we have set our final low and maybe we should be bullish with a bit more confidence? You know what, we have to see, okay, we have to see a very strong move on the upside in order to, I'm gonna say, minimum get to about these areas, about 0.26 of a cent. And if you're thinking, well, okay, at that point we are going to miss the bottom, you know what, you're right, we are going to miss the absolute low. But here's the thing, after a 5 wave, what do you think is going to happen? You see, if you are a new viewer, you probably don't know, but if you are a regular viewer, you are probably bored of hearing it. After a 5 wave, one way or the other, bullish or bearish, we are going to have a move on the opposite direction, which in this case, it's going to be on the downside. Now, if we are truly bullish, okay, this move has to have certain characteristics. Chief among them are two. Number one, this has to be a rather time-consuming move to the downside, meaning timing-wise, this has to take longer than this beautiful impulse up. Number two, between our pullbacks up, preferably we want to see a good bit of overlapping of the waves. If we are seeing the type of moves that I described, then okay, fair enough. At that point, yep, you are probably dealing with 5 wave up into wave 1, correction for 2, and then you can count on a great move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and right around the low of your wave 2, which I'm gonna say probably it's not really going to be that far off from the lowest low, since wave 2 is notorious to be a deep move on the downside. Right around here can be a beautiful long opportunity for us, with our stop under the lowest low and our target minimum right around here, about 0.3 of a cent. And at that point, I'm thinking we're gonna have a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, 1 to 4, which is really nice. And one of you guys in the comment section of the previous video said, well, okay, since the prices are so low, why am I just considering some stop losses? You see, it actually depends on your view. If you are a short-term trader, the price is sort of kind of irrelevant. At any stage of the market, you should have for your short-term trades a very hard, solid stop loss. On the other hand, if you are a fair value and fundamental investor, okay, in that case, you know what, you are absolutely spot on. You shouldn't really have any stop loss if the prices are so low in TEL, and that's why, at least from my point of view, which is a bit of a long-term investor, I'm just buying the dips in TL one by one. And if we end up getting some more downward price action, I'm just going to treat those as more beautiful buying opportunities in order to get my average purchase as low as possible. And I'm just going to let fundamentals and time take care of the rest, because overall, I'm actually extremely bullish in TL, and I do think in the long run, the price of this token is going to appreciate quite a lot. It's just the fact that in the short term, again, I'm not confident yet whether we have hit our final low or not. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in TL's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.